So episode 24.
Kobe.
Right. Actually,
Resurrection of Kobe.
Right. I named it. As soon as I was typing it when I was saving, I was like, episode 24. Okay, this one obviously is one over Jordan. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's obviously the name of this one.
Right,
it's the Kobe Bryant episode. We had a guest who couldn't make it tonight, but he gave me an advance notice, so I'm going to let him live. But he assured me he'd be here soon, and I'm pretty sure that, we'll see him soon. So anyway, episode 24 of the podcast, The Verdict. No guest today, just, Splash Jordan.
I am Wes Taylor up in the building.
I am Wes Taylor in the building. A couple of things that we definitely want to speak to the audience about, but before we get into those stuff, today I saw a lot of information going around about like net neutrality, and they had passed a bill, kind of put it to bed. I guess a lot of people don't really know what net neutrality is or, what that actually means.
Right.
So I did a bit of digging around to kind of see, because it was my understanding that we would then be basically paying a la carte for some of the services that we want to use, like Twitter or even PlayStation or Netflix. You'd have to pay a monthly fee higher than what we're paying now. But to my understanding, after I did some research, it would seem that that's actually not the case, or at least not yet. But I guess that's kind of one of the fears about it, is that it could go in that direction.
Right. So I guess for those who don't know, net neutrality pretty much just made a level playing field for all internet service providers. So pretty much, you could stream certain things at the same speed as other websites or other, platforms. So this repeal is going to put the power in the internet service providers' hands. They can choose which websites or which apps they want to go faster, which apps to go slower. Also, I've heard they can charge, different fees, like you said earlier, for different platforms. So it's going to be interesting. I heard Congress, you already have a Democratic senator already building some paperwork in order to repeal the repeal. The White House already said that they're in favor of this repeal by FCC. However, they do believe in a free internet, no rules, no strings attached, which is kind of contradictory to what the FCC is trying to do.
The thing of it is, though, is that the level playing field that they had meant that basically you were paying one fee to access the internet as a whole.
Right.
So it meant that you were basically paying the same thing to use Wikipedia as you were to use Snapchat. You've got people who are streaming all day long, and I've noticed this basically with the way that media is being consumed now, and how many people go live on a regular basis. Cell phone companies aren't equipped to, everybody was unlimited. You had to be that way in order to be competitive. But now that everybody has unlimited data, basically streaming all day long, right. Everybody's on the fucking internet all day long,
all day, bro,
all day. It's these companies can't handle it. So the cost has to be shifted to somebody. You can't expect to pay $50 fucking a month, but I'm going to be on the internet all day long. There will be some change. I imagine that service providers, because I don't think that they could charge us more for apps specifically, but they will have to charge more. They have to tier their packages and charge more.
And I feel that's the stigma behind it, because people don't obviously want to pay more to do certain things on the internet. That's the stigma. So it's going to be interesting, if this repeal does happen, it's going to be interesting to see how ISPs are going to be charging their customers as far as access to the World Wide Web. It has yet to be determined what's exactly going to happen, but a lot of people are very skeptical about what's about to go down. So we'll see.
Yeah, a lot of people definitely have their reservations as far as what's happening and what is about to go down. That was real big in the news, and I know we haven't really touched on like current events in a while, but there were some things that like really crawled the fuck underneath my skin, that I was seeing. My work schedule kind of evened out, so it's like now I'm not away from my phone all day long. Now I go to sleep, get up at a decent time again, so I'm back looking at the internet again. So a couple of days ago, I'm scrolling through my timeline, and I see everybody championing this little white boy, right?
Oh no, not him.
Yeah, him.
What's his name? Keaton. Oh boy, that's
his name. So, and people are saying like, he's a hero when he's a this and he's a that. When he spoke out about something bullying, people have been on this anti-bullying thing for a while now.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. At any time in school, were you bullied?
Hell yeah.
That's strange.
Next question.
Right. That's strange because, you know, there were various points in time when I was bullied at school. Mm-hmm. And if I go on the street and ask anybody, were they ever a victim of bullying, the answer is going to be yes.
Yeah.
Bullying is important. Like, bullying is a part of, like, you know, social engineering, like, you know,
social interaction,
right? And social interaction, that's the better term for it, as far as finding yourself and who you are, especially because even just because your friends are your friends, like, things that they do is sometimes bullying, right? You just let them get away with it because them your people.
Yeah, those your folk, right?
Your homie might just haul off and punch you in the nuts because, you know, he thinks it's funny, and you like, oh nigga, fuck you, ha ha ha, right? But that's fucking bullying.
Life goes on,
dog. Like, I mean, calm the fuck down.
Right.
Everybody's standing up saying, like, you know, giving a bullying fucking testimony. Like, nigga, everybody was bullied. Everybody went home one day at least.
Cried to their mama,
and
bro.
Cried to their mama. They went home and fucking gripped that pillow.
Oh, bro.
And that pillow was wet. Bro. Everybody. Where it's a part of life. I don't get why shoving his face in front of a camera and him crying about the situation. And I've even heard information that he basically, I've heard reports that said that he was out there, you know what I'm saying, calling people niggas. And
I heard that too.
Obviously, there's no proof of that. But the thing of it is, though, is that, well, is it that hard to believe given who his life at home? No. Obviously, you know, they're Trump supporters. Right. You know, they're waving around the Confederate flag. Right. And they're probably using the word nigga at home. I
definitely wouldn't doubt it. And then for them to open up a GoFundMe, like life is so hard. Like, what? Right. And then, well, it's unconfirmed if the GoFundMe was for him. It's unconfirmed. Still, why would people even open up a GoFundMe to support anti-bullying?
Because anybody can open up a GoFundMe. The fact that there is a GoFundMe and I didn't set it up, I'm like, okay, I am just waiting for the next little nigga to come on this internet crying, and I'm starting to GoFundMe in his name right away.
Because, I mean, when you go on GoFundMe, when you first look at the page, I mean, there's a whole bunch of, like, accounts just for, like, randomness. Like, whatever. Someone's dying, someone needs money for college, you know, someone has this disease or whatnot. And it sometimes it's in the hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Hundreds of thousands.
And it's like, man, you don't even know this person, and you, like, giving all this money out. It's like, man, I wonder how many people are, like, just laughing to the bank. Like, I remember I was listening to 50 Cent. He was like, ha ha ha. Like, bruh, I was listening to that song the other day on the way to work, and I was like, I wonder how many people actually make a GoFundMe, and like all these strangers just like they feel all this sympathy for a kid that got bullied. And it's like, wait a second, so at grants, like, you giving them money, it's like, oh, here, like, money ain't gonna, I mean, obviously it's gonna make some things change. Like, you're gonna be a little bit more happy, you know, about your life,
but you're still gonna be a bitch about it.
You're still gonna be a bitch. Like, what happens when you get bullied again? Right. Like, what happened to, like,
and I'm like, yo,
is money gonna fix that too? Like,
him being plastered all over the internet, I gotta imagine that when he went to school the next day, it was 10 times worse.
Oh man,
it was 100 million times worse. Like, bro, we're about to fuck you up.
Exactly,
nigga.
Man.
We're about to fuck you up. Make another video.
Exactly.
He's crying to his mommy, and they probably was fucking whooping his ass.
I had no sympathy for that.
Zero sympathy.
Our generation is so weak, so sensitive,
fucking weak,
so sensitive, bro.
I'm like, bro, this nigga needs a father, bro. He doesn't need money. He needs an older brother.
Oh my gosh.
He needs a fucking, you know, strong male role model in his life. Money's not going to do that. And all these, you know, celebrities, which I'm not the type of person to be like, okay, you should or shouldn't do things because first of all, it's your money, it's your celebrity status, right? But you got all these people like, you know, the dude Mark Ruffalo, you know, the actor who plays, you know, the Incredible Hulk in the Avengers, and Chris Evans, who plays Captain America in Avengers, both invited him to the premiere of, you know, Infinity Wars or whatever. And I'm like, yo, that's cool or whatever, but how many motherfucking kids spent their last to fucking come and see you? How many of your fans, like, have you done, you know what I'm saying, like, anything for? Like, that doesn't make any fucking sense to me. Like, it doesn't. You guys pick and choose when you want to be supportive. And then I saw somebody passing a meme around. Wikipedia was like, you know, Keaton Jones gets bullied and he gets $58,000, but we've been asking for money for years. Like, damn, nigga, we trying to fucking help y'all.
Man.
And you won't give us no money, but you'll shower this kid with money for what?
First of all, Wikipedia ain't never gonna get no money because you can go in there and change everything. So it's like, what I'm really reading, is that like for fact? Like, but,
of course that's for fact. This cited sources. Listen, Wikipedia is facts.
Nah.
Facts.
Nah.
Facts.
Nah. Nah. I don't listen. You have to read Wikipedia with a grain of salt, man.
How?
What do you mean how? I can go in there. I can go in there right now. I can't show you anything. My phone's dead. Okay. But I can go in there. I can go in there right now. I don't know. It can talk about, whoever you like right now. I don't know. Pick a celebrity. And I can literally alter that information.
But there's moderators. There's people who come behind you and make sure that information is right.
Hey, and them niggas ain't getting paid because of that simple fact that no one's donating to that.
Yeah, them niggas ain't getting paid.
Nah.
But here's my thing. When people say Wikipedia is not facts, go in there and show me some information that ain't true. Go on Wikipedia and show me some articles that's not true.
There's a majority of Wikipedia, I will say, is true. But for me to be able to go and change that, it's like...
But when you do change
majority of the information is true.
Right.
I'll admit that.
And when you change things... it tells you citation needed. This information we don't know, but most of the details they cited, from other sources. This is where we got the information from. So it's like,
I did not know,
bro. Wikipedia is facts, bro. That shit is facts, man. For real. Like that, niggas just want you to work harder than you supposed to, man.
Right.
But yeah, so the bullying thing, I just kind of felt like was a lot of different people's way of kind of inserting them themselves into a situation, and we had to hear about how he was a hero, and I'm like, no,
there's no hero.
There's no hero, bro. Like, you should stand up for yourself.
Yeah, like
stand up for yourself.
Right. And like, what happens, when he becomes older? Like, something bad happens to him. Where you gonna go home and cry to mom?
You gonna cry to mom?
Like, bruh, the mother made his son weaker, or made her son weaker. Just by pretty much taking this nigga and not telling them people are gonna say shit that you ain't gonna like and
that you're not gonna like.
But what you have to do in return is pretty much just stand up for yourself. That's how you make him stronger. Don't console him.
Right. Right. And then they put ham on me and poured milk on me.
There's a way to move out of that.
Right.
Reject some of that.
You just stood there and let them pour milk on you, bro.
Come on, man.
And then on top of that, it's just like, listen, we talking about kids, man. Do I believe that unprovoked these kids are pouring? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you doing in this situation?
Right. Because ain't nobody just coming over there putting ham on you, pouring milk down you.
Like, come on, man. Come on.
You had to say something.
What did you do? What is your part? Because you have to accept personal responsibility.
Right.
What is your part in this?
There's two sides to that.
There's always two sides, and we know that there's two sides because ain't nobody get in trouble.
Nope.
Nobody got in trouble. This was a situation that they don't want to talk about the root cause of it. They just want to talk about him being bullied. But bullying is good.
Yeah. It builds character.
It builds character. People need to get bullied. You need to be, because I guarantee you, if the roles were reversed, if the kid next to him was being bullied, he wouldn't say shit.
Probably not.
He's not stepping up to defend that kid. And you got to do that too. Not only do you got to get bullied, you got to also do some bullying, and you have to intervene when another nigga's getting bullied.
Yeah, it's a balance. It's a way to humble everyone.
There's checks and balances at all times, and you always got a role to play. And there's a time to laugh. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody, every single time, though, you're not going to be in the same situation.
Right.
10 years from, first of all, he white.
Right.
And from my knowledge, he had blonde hair and blue eyes. So 10 years from now, when he grows into his body a little bit, sure, he's a little weird acting. He might be on the spectrum, but he's pretty fucking high functioning, from what I could tell.
Yeah.
So he'll be in a situation where he'll be able to cash in his fucking white privilege, and he'll be okay.
I feel like he might be a cop.
Of course, he's gonna be a cop. Of course, we'll see Keaton Jones 20 years from now on trial for shooting a minority. Right. Guaranteed, bro. Guaranteed. And this is how those people are made, because instead of, him being educated and, therapy would be good. If you don't have these type, therapy would be a wonderful way for him to deal with his emotions. Right. Also fucking put him in, I guarantee you, is he playing any sports?
Probably not.
Probably not. Probably not.
If you a lame, expect to be picked on.
Right.
Expect to be teased. If you're not doing anything with your life, but yet you trying to stand out and trying to state that, you are somebody. It's all right, prove it. And you got to prove it with your words right then and there, because you haven't done anything otherwise. Right.
I'm like, bro, I bet he's not in no clubs. I bet he's not in no sports. No type of team, organized, functions, right, so that he kind of has a sense of belonging. Because if he has some confidence, that would go a long way for when he's interacting with people. But it's just nah, I'm just gonna be a bitch about it. I'm gonna go, what I'm saying? And imagine going home and crying to your mom is bad enough, but she pull out a camera
and then record
you crying and post it. I'd be like, Mom, I'm about to fuck you up.
Right.
What are you doing?
Yeah, I told my mom yesterday, because she thought it was funny to put my whole government out there, and I deleted the message and I called her immediately. I was like, yo,
stop playing.
Stop playing. She over there laughing like it's funny. I was like I got hitters out here, Mom.
Right.
If I end up missing, it's your fault.
Right. You know what I'm saying? It's okay, we're gonna see what's funny.
But yeah.
So
social media ain't fun. Especially when Mom Dukes get involved, man. That ain't funny.
And then not only that, you introduced them to the biggest stage of bullies.
Oh, yes. The internet.
The internet, which is undefeated.
Undefeated in every single
In every way. No one can defeat the internet.
No one.
And as soon as them pictures of him started posting, they fucking flamed him on the internet. He got fucking flamed.
Ugh.
They were posting that fucking picture. I posted a picture of him, and I'm like, yo, because that's definitely how he fucking looks, sitting there crying like a little bitch. You know what I'm saying? Man up, bro.
Man, got to, man.
It's crazy, man. These kids need more bullying.
Yeah.
When you play, and if you playing a sport, nigga, they hitting you hard.
Bruh.
You're getting hit hard no matter what you out there doing. Tennis even, bruh. If you're not, you know what I'm saying, we're going to run you hard in practice. It's he needs some character built up. He needs a father figure in his life.
Probably needs some friends too, man.
And he needs some friends. And he need to stop listening to his mama, first of all.
Yeah, man.
He need to stop listening to her, because she's not the best judge of character. That's number 1, 2, and 3.
Right.
And then number 4, she really, you know what I'm saying, because everybody was on his side. Then niggas was like, oh, he racist or whatever. And we completely skipped over, the black girl and the fucking, Hispanic girl, committed suicide from bullying. It's let's at least help their family, pay for some funeral costs. But we'd rather throw all this money at Keaton so he can have a good Christmas.
Right. I think that's where the sympathy started, because we know what can be the result. Obviously, suicide. So we were like, okay, it's just another situation. Leave the kid alone. But once we hear something about racist slurs, and then we see that the mom's trying to do a money grab and all that, it's wait a second, this is just another kid who probably said some shit. Instigated something. Right.
And we fall for it every time.
Yeah.
Every time we fall for it, because it's the same way I don't believe that people is really hardcore and thugged out on the internet. I don't believe nobody's innocent. These niggas is, you know what I'm saying?
Man.
I wouldn't be surprised if he's not even getting bullied. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if he made the whole fucking thing up. The school was we didn't even know about the shit.
Money grab, man.
Right, money grab. Nobody got in trouble. I'm like, yo, something about the whole thing smells fishy, but far be it from me to cry foul because somebody getting ahead from finessing. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
I'm only mad because I didn't think of it first. That's the real reason I'm mad.
And you got a kid too, man.
Right. I'm like, yo, I could, you know what I'm saying? I could have this nigga crying. Matter of fact, I'm probably about to have this nigga crying.
Oh, boy.
And try to get some sympathy right before Christmas. At least get $2,500. At least if I get the money for the party, you know what I'm saying?
Man.
That'd be love right there. I wouldn't even need 58 racks. Y'all just give me about $5,000 and we can call it square.
Right.
I'll let y'all live for that. Like, but other than that, man, like when I saw that, I was like, you know what? The world needs more bullies. It does. Because
as long as they ain't killing nobody.
Nah. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a fucking terror.
Yeah, terror. Like
that's a fucking terror.
The teasing can commence, but like everything else, like that goes beyond that, like the killing and the deaths. Like chill on that. But we want more teasers as far as bullying. Right.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Humble these fools out here,
please,
because they on this high horse thinking ain't nobody gonna touch them.
Right. Like even like shit don't matter if you got fucking whatever you got, man.
Right.
That's what you get picked on for. If you poor, if you ugly, if you tall, if you short, if you fat, if you skinny,
picked on for everything.
Whatever you don't like, whatever your insecurity is, we're gonna find out and we're gonna pick on you about it.
Expose it.
We're gonna expose it.
Yeah.
Like some niggas get picked on for being too fucking beautiful,
bruh,
too fucking rich,
right, bruh.
Like whatever you don't like about yourself, it's our job to figure it out and show it, reflect
and
expose it, man. So
right,
man,
That's
so.
Oh, speaking of picking on people, well, not really picking, but pointing people out. So shout out to Callie. She's like one of our followers.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
What, you know what I'm saying? First of all,
most supportive.
The most supportive.
Most supportive out there in Louisiana. I actually went to elementary school with her.
I was about to say, do you know her?
I know her. Yeah, I know her personally. So we went to elementary school together. So, and I believe middle school as well.
Shout out to fucking Callie.
Yeah. Dope chick. So shout out to her. I was on her Snapchat the other day, and I saw pretty much she was snapping, talking about having movie night. But what I saw pretty much, I thought I saw a leg on the bed, right, and like tattooed and everything. And I was like, wait a second, I thought it was like an ass or a thigh. You know what I'm saying? They turn around, it has another picture or another view of somebody that's laying on another bed and they just watching TV. And I'll just, send a comment, and I was like, all that ass, though, like, that's all I saw, you know what I'm saying? And she was like, that wasn't no ass. What are you talking about? I was like, you don't see that ass to the right? She was like, that's my mama. I was like, wait a second. So I looked at the snap again, and I'm like, wait a second, that's an arm. So that was a tatted arm, and then I thought what was a thigh laying on the bed was actually her mom's leg in a dress. And then I looked even further. Her mom was doing somebody's hair, and I was like, yo, I didn't even see all that. I thought it was just like little feet just kicking or whatever. I couldn't. Bro, I sobered up so quick. I was like, yo, I'm so fucking embarrassed. So I told her I'll shout out and apologize publicly.
Please,
but she was like, nah, that ain't the worst embarrassing thing that I heard. You know what I'm saying? But yeah,
what?
Yeah, man. But yeah, she was rolling. Her mom rolled. Her mom even said, "Hey," back to me. So I was like, "Hey." So,
nigga, what?
Bro, I thought it was an ass for real. Like, cause when you see that, like, if you would have saw it and you would have blocked out everything else, I was like, yeah.
But it was her arm, though, right?
It was an arm and it was tatted up.
This is what you should have said. You should have been like star ARM and been like, damn, autocorrect. Like, fucking autocorrect. Ducking autocorrect.
Right. Went from ass to arm.
Right. I'm like, damn, autocorrect. Stay tripping.
But yeah, shout out to Callie, man. Thank you for supporting our podcast, man. Really appreciate you.
Yeah, definitely shout out to Callie. She's definitely number one fan. Number one fan. And we see you and we appreciate you.
Yeah.
Just make sure you tell all your friends and family.
Exactly. Down there in Louisiana. You could make us like your screensaver on your phone too. Bam.
And if you wanted to, support my GoFundMe, I fucking love you forever. Bro.
Right, definitely.
Okay, man. So a couple other things I want to talk. Oh, another issue that crawled under my skin.
Oh boy.
Was this whole thing about users versus dealers.
All right, so you're gonna have to school me up on that one.
All right, so in what most people consider the golden age of hip hop, the 1990s.
Okay,
there were a lot, and well up into the 2000s, into even right now.
I would say up to like 2006 was just like the last year, but then after that, it just kind of like.
Well, I wasn't saying this. Well, the 90s definitely were.
Definitely.
But in that era, as well as now.
Right.
There were a lot of individuals, but definitely more popular back then. There were a lot of individuals who glorified drug lifestyle as far as being a drug dealer.
Oh, okay. I see where this is going on.
Right. So they were drug dealers.
Right.
So the popular thing now, we see a lot of people, actually overdosing from drugs.
Yeah.
Is that these people basically use a whole bunch of drugs, which, I blame Future for most of it. I would say about a good 80% is his fault because that's his music. Is he pops perks, he pops Xans,
he sips lean.
He sips lean, and he uses those drugs as coping mechanisms for whatever he dealing with.
But I don't think he uses drugs, so he just sings about it. But
he can't use them to the extent that he says it because we see that people die.
Yes.
Trying to keep up with
what he's saying. Okay, I got you.
So I do believe that he's using this stuff, of course.
Right.
Because a lot of people say that Future's geeked all the time. But I don't believe he's using it to the extent he can't, because most niggas die trying to keep up with him.
And two, he has a family, so
right. So it wouldn't make sense for him to be that fucking geeked up. But so anyway, there's a disconnect because a lot of those rappers from that era, they like to clown the rappers from this era as saying, we were the drug. The problem is that we were the drug dealers and you guys are the drug users.
Right.
Whereas I can't understand how either one is better than the other. Like, you sold them the poison, and then they turn around and use the poison on themselves.
I mean, the only benefit from being a dealer is you're just making money.
You making money, yes, but you're the reason I got it from you.
True.
I got the poison from you, my nigga. Like, so how can you excuse yourself from any? And here we go again, personal responsibility. How can you excuse yourself when you're the fucking source of the poison?
These are facts.
Like, how you give it to me and then clown me because I'm using it when all you guys did was brag about how many keys you were selling. You know what I'm saying? Like, fucking Jay-Z lost fucking 96 bricks or whatever he said.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, these niggas were selling drugs and people still make a living off of making music about selling drugs. Rick Ross, Yo Gotti, Migos. And I'm like, okay, and we got people dying from this shit, on a regular basis. Like,
True.
people ODing on fucking, antidepressants or whatever the fuck they're taking. So I couldn't understand. And then, I was watching. It's been a minute since I seen Everyday Struggle.
Okay.
So I seen like the last 3 episodes, or like last 2.5. And
I actually need to watch that show, man. I've been slipping.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I had to take a break just because I was like, I wanted to get back in my own bag.
Right.
And that's when I came up with some of my other ideas. So now that I've got a defined lane I'm going in. I can watch it again because it's like I'm not being influenced by what you guys are doing.
Okay.
So they had they was joking on them about the whole Migos situation. They got a little video casting them niggas, which I thought was lame.
Yeah.
But creative, but also kind of lame. But whatever. But then Jeezy came on there the following episode, and I thought for sure, like, what? I'm gonna fucking love this episode. But he was just talking out of both sides of his mouth the whole time, and like, there's an air that people have about themselves where it's like, my life, my struggle supersedes yours. And so it's like, because a lot of people, they feel like, okay, academics, he bitch made, he pussy.
Yeah, we get it.
Yeah. So the fact that people keep coming up to the show to check him is like, you're not gonna do anything.
Because we already know what type of person he is.
Right. We already know what kind of person he is. And honestly, at the end of the day, like, I don't understand what hating is, because I'm like, bro, academics is probably better at what his job is than a lot of other people are at doing their job.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So everybody has an opinion on whether, you are even relevant or not, if you can rap or not, or whatever the case may be. But you're not fucking knocking on everybody's door saying, "Oh, you didn't live my life, so you don't have no right to speak on it." Like, bro, this nigga's a fucking commentator.
Everybody has an opinion.
Everybody has an opinion. You just mad because there's people who listen to me.
Right.
That's all you mad about.
Yeah.
But everybody is entitled to a fucking opinion. But like, I don't understand. Like, it's this brigade of artists who just feel like, oh, because we're whatever, we know and you don't.
Nah.
Right, and the younger dudes for the most part are trash.
For the most part,
for the most part, like you guys can be trash. You're just gonna, you know what I'm saying? It's not like there's nobody who's lasting. I mean, outside of I would say maybe like a Kodak Black. I don't see like or Lil Uzi Vert. Most of you guys aren't going to be here in like 5 years.
Yeah, it's I think we're about to. I can't even think of an artist right now that just recently came out. That's definitely gonna have like longevity.
A longevity because all they do is make they make the music that sounds exactly like the other dude.
Right, and they have so much energy, and it's like to keep up that whole energy like throughout like shows and everything, and continue to do drugs like that's gonna wear on you eventually. You're gonna look horrible.
Right, you can't keep jumping off of the fucking rafters if you fucking zanned out of your mind. That's why niggas be fucking running into you know what I'm saying, like the nigga XXX was fucking throwing himself off of the side of a building like
stupid, bro.
You know what I'm saying, looking fucking dumb.
Yeah, man.
Like, you about to fucking kill yourself.
Yeah, bro. Hey, they wildin'.
So if you had to say though, if you had to compare 90s rappers to rappers of today, which would you say your favorite which era was the better of the two?
That's not really a question, but obviously the 90s would obviously be my favorite, man.
Really?
I just,
are they your favorite of all eras?
I would say so, yeah, because I still listen. I still listen to the 90s. I still listen to 90s hip hop and like early 2000s hip hop. I still listen to it. Like, my favorite group is Outkast. Like, I feel like they're realer than pretty much majority of the cats that are rapping today.
Are Outkast 90s? Are we giving them 90s?
Yeah, actually, yeah, they are 90s. They definitely are 90s.
They definitely are 90s.
Yeah, they definitely are.
I personally think that the 90s was equally as disjointed and kind of lackluster as the music is right now. We could name Outkast, sure.
Are you only saying that because it's like, all right, so let's go in our little time machine and go back to the 90s and see what those cats were and how we viewed them, this as far as artists? No,
I mean that, like, you named Outkast. That's a standout group, and no matter what area you place them in. But most people weren't Outkast.
No.
Most people were
like Tupac and Biggie.
Well, there were those individuals around too, but okay, like, all right, let's say fucking Craig Mack.
Okay.
What? You know what I'm saying? Like, even KRS-One. Like, I mean, he's somebody who's heralded as a great. Like, what has he done that's so fucking great?
See, he was one of the pioneers of hip hop, like back in New York.
Listen,
but it was just like in one general area. But that's where pretty much hip hop like originated. It was New York. So I mean, that's why KRS was huge, because of his impact within the community in New York as far as hip hop and the culture.
Listen, if you hadn't done it, somebody else would have. So stop milking it. That's how I feel about it. Like, you only get so much credit for being first. You know what I'm saying? Because how influential were you? Just because you was there first doesn't mean that his legacy stacks up to a lot of people who are just out now.
I mean, but not. I mean, we can have this debate forever though. It's like, who are the real pioneers of hip hop? Who really paved the way? I mean, we could talk about so many people.
I mean, listen, no, we know who they are and we know who paved the way. But why does paving the fucking way get so much credit? Once a way has been paved, it has to be maintained.
It does have to be maintained. It has to be maintained. But it can't be maintained.
And it has to be expanded. It has to be improved and upgraded.
I'm trying to think what I'm trying to say. All right, so once a lane is created,
right?
Once a path is created, and once we maintain that lane, but we also have to pay homage to the people who started it. So, in a sense, I mean, we should never forget those people who paved the way. It's not to say that, before I get on the stage, let me pay homage to all the the pioneers. Like, we already know who they are. Like, you already artists. Like, we already know who they are. But nah, man. I mean, what's wrong with giving credit to somebody who already paved the way, or who done stuff for us?
I mean, credit is one thing, but I mean, my internal,
is somebody
my internal, like, you know what I'm saying,
crying for it? I mean,
I wouldn't say that. I just feel like that group as a whole feels as though, and it's crazy because like 10 years ago, a lot of these artists now were saying the same thing about these people. Like, you know, these older guys won't get out of the way and let us rock. But now it's like, okay, guys like Jeezy are the older guys, or guys like, you know, fucking, who's still making music? You know, somebody like a Ludacris or somebody like a...
he needs to stick to acting. I'm sorry.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, he's one of the most underrated rappers, but he
but
making
it's over.
so much money. Yeah, he's making so much money doing
over.
acting. It's like, yeah,
it's over.
Like you're never gonna have another platinum album.
So I mean, basically, bottom line: users equals dealers. You know, you know,
the same people.
Yeah, you because first of all, and Jay-Z even said it himself, is that the irony of selling drugs is almost like you're using it. It's two sides to what substance abuse is.
True.
Right.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So, definitely.
No argument with that.
All right. So before we disclose exact details for our upcoming ugly sweater party.
Yeah.
You said that somebody had a special message from me.
All right, so OD. So I was on the Urban Breakdown.
The Urban Breakdown.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was just speaking about Bitcoin because, you know, we're in the same group me together, and, you know, I was just breaking it down like, you know, this is what Bitcoin is, you know, this is what it has done within, at least for me, what it's done in the last couple of months. This is what the trend is, and this is where you can go buy it and all that good stuff. So she had me on there. So, you know, after I, you know, said what I had to say, she was like, by the way, Wes, tell Splash that I'm coming for him because he is not going to call my nigga basic. So I was like, OD, like, listen, I have no,
She
like,
talking about Queen Basic?
She talking about Queen B. She was like, he will not throw that slander on Beyonce.
Listen,
like
I love Beyonce, and there's nothing wrong with being basic. Basic is just a lifestyle, you know, which is, you know, what she's famous for. She's very famous for being.
No one, and to your point, I see what you were saying. It's like no one really knows what she does, but, you know, just batting off the cuff. She's probably doing the same shit that we're doing. Just, you know, she has a job making music.
But she's, you know, she's a hard worker. You know, you can still be basic. It's fine.
Being basic ain't bad, but
right. Basic don't mean bad, but it do mean basic.
She took it. I was like, dang! After all this, like this couldn't like been in the text. Like she put it, like it's part of her episode. It's part of that episode, like her saying that. And I was like, dang! Like she felt some type of way.
Listen, I'll take on the whole beehive. I'm not scared. I'm not scared. I'll take on the whole beehive. All 100 billion of y'all. Because all I'm gonna do is, you know what I'm saying,
I ain't messing with y'all, man.
I'm gonna collect a thread of all the mean shit y'all say.
No way.
Then I'm gonna start crying on the internet and set up a GoFundMe and collect $100 million. And then just disappear on y'all.
Oh! Speaking of which, though, this other celebrities that are standing out. So, what you think about LeVar Ball getting his sons to sign that deal over in Lithuania for basketball, and like seeing that, what is it? LaMelo is the youngest, right? Mm-hmm. He's like what, 16, so he's being homeschooled. I assume, seeing that he's not in high school, he's not enrolled in a high school anymore. And then you got what, LiAngelo.
Are they both playing on the same team?
I believe they're going to be both on the same team instead of Lithuania team. So they signed some type of agreement.
Well,
to play with them.
I mean, I get what he's doing. Obviously, the whole situation with them going to China, you know, has smeared their reputation. So it probably closed a few doors for them.
Yeah, just on the family name, the Ball family name. So
especially at UCLA or USC, wherever the school is that they were probably going to go to, which I guess has a direct connection to the Los Angeles Lakers.
Yeah.
So what he's doing now is basically just like, okay, I'm going to put you into professional ball overseas, which is what most guys do when they retire at the end of their career. When they're not that good, they're going to play ball overseas and still rack up a check. So they'll still they'll have some, isn't fucking God Zingis Lithuanian?
I think so.
I think he is Lithuanian.
I think so.
So I'll bet that they'll have some contact with him at one point.
Yeah, they could, but I mean, as far as like talent, like I don't see D'Angelo going to NBA. I could see LaMelo, seeing that he's playing like he pretty much made back. I mean, both of them are making basketball life now. Like that is their life. Like nothing else is basketball. I thought D'Angelo was gonna become like some type of. Apparently he's coming out with a shoe as well, but I thought he was just gonna be just an admin. I mean they're gonna be straight. I mean they made money, but I thought he was just gonna be part of admin. Open up some stores here and there, just be behind the scenes of the Triple B. Like,
and that's where he's missing out on, because you keep trying to force all three of them down the same path when the other two probably have skills that they would be the Lonzo Ball of that particular thing. Like, why don't you just let bruh do this?
Yeah.
Let other bruh do this.
Right.
And other bruh do this.
Like, I think LaMelo can actually do something. I mean, seeing that is granted his age, but D'Angelo, the middle child, man, he just need to go ahead to stick with let's become, another person in the office, man. That's a high ranking official in the office, man.
Or he could go
COO
to
or something.
Right.
Like
he could go to school and be some type of like agent. Yeah. It could be his responsibility to get these contracts.
Right. Take care of your brothers or something.
Take care of your brothers, you know what I'm saying? Or like nobody's doing any type of law,
right? Or
what I'm saying, like they don't all have to do the same thing.
No, they don't.
So that's kind of wasted opportunity on his part, and short-sightedness as well. Because even though they're not ball players, one could be a trainer, one could be you know what I'm saying. Like there's still so many other positions that you could infiltrate,
right?
But you trying to force everybody down that one path. So it's like we're only going to ever see them on the basketball court.
Yeah.
Whereas somebody should be commentating, sideline reporting.
Somebody should be doing something other than hooping, because Lonzo is already he's already there. And so it still remains or it just remains unseen on what those two. What the other two are going to be doing.
Yeah, so that brings up a good point, because I heard that Alonzo was actually hooping lately.
Yeah, he plays LeBron tonight. So I mean, and we don't know where LeBron's going to be as far as future teams. I definitely don't think he's going to be back in Cleveland.
This is the last year of his contract, right?
Yeah.
Kyrie left.
I mean,
he'll probably leave.
The Cavs are playing well. They're number 2 in the East, but I mean,
number 1 Boston.
I believe so.
I haven't been able to see much basketball lately, but Golden State is still the top dog, though, right? I haven't checked in on them in a minute.
I think they're like second place to Houston. Houston.
I heard that Houston is balling
12 games in a row,
which But here's the thing: it's not going to last.
Oh no, it's definitely not going to
last.
But I mean, Houston is just playing so well, and I mean, it's unbelievable how well they're playing.
When you have a great facilitator, mixed with a great scorer,
it's amazing. It's amazing basketball.
That's a perfect combination, because every time Chris Paul comes down that floor, he's probably looking like, "Where's Harden?
Right.
Where's Harden?
Right.
Or where's what I'm saying? Who's open?"
Yeah.
That's what he think when he running out.
They're my favorite team to play with on 2K.
I need a new team to play with. You playing 2K18?
Mm-hmm.
I need a new team to play with. I can't play with the Warriors anymore, even though I want to.
Nah.
I can't play with them anymore. But I think I do have a new team. But I haven't played. I'm still playing fucking 16.
True. In Destiny.
Yeah, I can't stop playing Destiny long enough to get 2K, and then on Black Friday I got Metal Gear Solid 5, and I got 2 games basically for like $10.
Yeah.
So it's like on the slight chance that I'm not playing Destiny or 2K16, I'm playing one of those two. So it's like I probably won't get another 2K till 19.
Right.
Or I might get 2K18. I'm not sure.
I'm actually you was about to say something?
No. Go ahead.
Yeah, man. I was just thinking about like how you guys are playing Destiny, man, and I'm just missing out like playing on Xbox. Even though I do have a clan that I'm playing with.
You are playing online, right?
I am playing online, but it's like, man, like even my homegirl Jazz was like, "Yo, you need to go ahead and get that PS4." Like, I
mean, only because there's people who have a PS4.
But
friends. You know what I'm saying?
But I don't like making friends, Splash. That's the thing.
Well,
I don't like making Splash, or I don't like making friends online for gaming. It's like I don't mind meeting people in person, like, oh, you know, we homies or whatever. I don't mind that. But when it comes to online play, it's like I've had people hit me up talking about something. Hey man, what you doing? Like, go get online, like on Snapchat. And it's like, bruh, don't be hitting me up like on Snapchat telling me to come play online with you, like do like play 2K.
What you mean?
Or Destiny. That's where there's a line cross right there. And that's when I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna shut all that down. I ain't gonna make no friends. Like, I'm just gonna stick with the people I know and just go on from there, because, you know, and plus I can't even communicate with the people on Destiny 2. Like, whenever I do Crucible, I can't communicate with them, or they don't even have their mic on.
Well, if you want to communicate with, listen, start doing that raid. You will find, I guarantee you will find friends, number one, because you will need people to do it with regularly. So
okay.
you know what I'm saying? Once you get you 3 to 5 people, you know what I'm saying? It's not that you're friends, but it's like, fuck yes, this nigga's on. We finna raid.
Yeah.
And I can count on this person to finish it
right.
and to do their job.
Right.
So, you know, those people become valuable to you. So it's not like, you know, y'all or whatever. It's just, okay, I'm online, they're online. All right, bet, boom. You know what I'm saying? Before you even send the invite, you already getting the invite. Like,
right,
come on,
right.
we need you. Come on. I just, you know what I'm saying? We at Golgoroth right now, my nigga. Come on.
See?
So that's what happened. But nah, Nate, you know what I'm saying? Nate and I, like, that's how we do. Like, he'll hit me on Snap, like, yo, get online. Like, or, you know, he'll be like, yo, tonight, I'm getting online with the raid clan. You know, let me, you know, get online, be online at this time if you want to raid with us.
And see, it'd be y'all, it'd be you, Nate, and Shannon over there, and I'm just like, yo, that's like half of the crew. Like,
right.
Let me get on, because I know Dreyford. Like when Dreyford get on, man, like he don't even hit me up. I'm like, Dre be doing his own thing. So I was like, you know what? And Dre, I don't even know how often Dre gets on. He doesn't get on that often.
He's probably not playing that much.
Exactly. And then like with FIFA, you know, I'm getting on too. So I'm like, yo, like who am I going to play like on FIFA? And I'm gonna beat some FIFA. And then, you know, just like I go back to my PS3 because there's a game, MLB The Show, which is the baseball game, which I love to play, the single player mode, because it's dope as shit.
Yeah.
And that's only on PlayStation, so it like kind of adds to the argument of Santa Claus getting me that PS4. So I'm probably gonna get it, man. It just kind of has to happen. I'm probably gonna get rid of the PS3 because I don't really play anything other than, like, actually I don't know, because I got Fight Night on that. I got Fight Night.
They got Fight Night for the 4 though. So
they do? Okay.
Yeah. If you get rid of the, you know what I'm saying? Okay. Definitely, if you get yourself set up with a 4, you can rock with me in there. You can rock with me in there.
That definitely was gonna happen. So
and we be on there. We be in Crucible. We be on fucking, you know, Nightfall. Me, him, Shannon. We be running through Nightfall.
I already beat Osiris, man. I was pissed off because I beat Osiris in like 4 hours, bro.
Yeah.
So Osiris was kind of weak.
The expansions, they only add, because see, I haven't finished either raid. I haven't even started the new raid, and I've only done the old raid once or twice, and I didn't finish it. So what the expansion does, it just adds more weapons, and it raises the bar so that you can get stronger.
Right. And
then it adds some more like strikes. But the game is the other shit.
Right.
You know, and it took me, like, when I played Destiny 1, it took me forever to find that out, that the game is the other shit.
See, I haven't even...
The game is the raid, the striking, and the crucible. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the grind to get more weapons, to get stronger, get the best gear.
But isn't it like the same raid over and over and over again?
Well, it is, but you know,
you get like more powerful gear each time.
Right. You get different things each time, so it makes you do it over and over.
And the skill set gets harder, and harder to beat.
Right.
Okay.
And in this time around, they promised that they would make changes more frequently. And I believe that a lot of this content was supposed to be for the last Destiny, but they saved it so that they can have a whole bunch of content for Destiny 2.
Okay.
So, you know, it's straight. I'm like a 315 now.
Like a 284.
You gotta make sure you're hitting up Xur. Xur, you know what I'm saying? You gotta make sure you're hitting up Xur.
Right.
And you just gotta figure out, because you're probably getting rid of a lot of gear that you could be using like in other ways.
So that's when you're meshing the gear together. So that usually only happens when you have the exotic. You can only do that with the exotic, right?
Now you can do it on purple. No, purple and gold can do it to any other color.
Okay.
So legendary and exotic can eat the other weapons in gear.
Okay. I thought it was only exotic that could do it, but yeah.
Right. And then there's a mod that you can put on all of your gear that gives you a +5.
There's so many fucking mods that I get from the
Right. And you know, it's a lot you got to go through, but once you get your dude right or whatever, it's like, you know, okay, this is me out here.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what y'all got going on. Like, you know, I got my dude, you know what I'm saying? And I used to be a scout rifle dude, but I'm you know what I'm saying? I'm rocking with these dual auto rifles now, so it's like, okay, no matter who it is, if it's the fucking other dude, if it's another fucking guardian, there's bullets coming around this corner.
Right, bro. but the auto rifles, they don't have that much of an impact as the scout rifles do, or the handguns.
This is true, but they spitting them things out.
They are.
They spit.
The rate.
Right.
So you definitely have to be accurate, like where you're shooting. So it's nothing but like headshots.
But that's why I like scout rifles too, because you could be back. You got range.
Yeah.
And all it takes is about like three to 5 shots. Like ping, ping, ping.
Right.
Dead. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, and then you got to do you have like the multi-tool? Like there's a couple of missions you got to do, and they don't tell you because some missions you might do and you only get fucking like some tokens, but some missions you get exotics for, and then they be, you know, comparable to the current, like, you know, light cap. So you know, it's pretty interesting to see, man. So but yeah, definitely if you get that 4, you can rock with me and Nate, and we be on that mug. We be on there.
Yeah, I'm gonna get that, man.
All right. So last but not least, man, so finally I would say that I'm about a week late with this information, but I'm kicking it into overtime as of today, or no, as of this week. So still 3 weeks left between tonight and go time.
Yeah, that's enough time.
I think so, especially since, you know, a lot of things are set in stone already.
Right.
So I want to let you guys know, if you're in the area, if you're in the Southeast, I anticipate this is probably the biggest, largest ugly sweater party to occur within, you know, the last several years. We're having a ugly sweater party January the 4th, 2018. That's a hard date. Will not be moved.
Nope.
I say it won't be moved because, you know, deposits have been paid and things are locked. So it will be January the 4th, 2018.
Right.
DJ, you know what I'm saying, music by DJ Fannie Mae. You know what I'm saying, who I'm sure that name will ring quite a few bells, you know, if you're listening to this, and especially if you live in the Carolinas. She's a famed DJ. She has a large social media following, and she, you know, just has her own sound, unique way of DJing that, you know, I personally, you know, think is pretty cool and interactive or whatever. So definitely, you know, very lucky to have her in the building. It's going to be hosted by Autumn Joy Live from K97.5, who, per my understanding, has like the #1 midday show in the Carolinas, like period. You know what I'm saying? Like crushing it.
Let's do it.
You know what I'm saying? So she gonna be there, you know, hosting, you know, the actual contest. We still need to get a couple of judges. For the contest, and I'm still working on the criteria. But here's the thing about the ugly sweater contest: one person, there's a few people gonna leave out of there with some money. You know, the winner of the contest will win $500 cash prize.
Damn.
Second place will win $250, and 5 people will win $50 honorable mention. Now here's the thing though. It's $25 to get in. And you know, if you just snapped your net back and was like $25 and stay the fuck home. You who I just said that to.
Right.
If you just jerked your neck back, then stay the fuck home, bro.
Right.
Because any night you go out, you spending more than $25, and if you don't have $25 to spend, then stay home.
Right.
Then stay home. You know what I'm saying? But $25, come out. We're expecting over 400 people in the building. 400 people in the building, and that includes, I got a couple of high profile names who are gonna come and hang out.
Yeah,
they're coming to hang out, you know what I'm saying, with you all. We're gonna drink eggnog. I got fucking drinking games, galore.
Oh, man.
We're going to get drunk. We're going to turn up.
It's going to be crazy.
People going to win some money.
It's going to be wild.
It's definitely going to be fucking, for the culture.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, for the city. Like, it's going to be a huge event. So make sure you are there January the 4th.
Yeah.
2018. This is the first weekend of the new year.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're going to put money in somebody's pocket. And, we're just going to have a good time, have fun with each other. You can come see us. I'm inviting all my people who I know do anything. So there's going to be artists, producers, models, fucking pimps and hoes. Like, everybody I know who do something, I've invited them. And, they've assured me that they're going to come, because, it's just, it'll be something to do. It'll be something to see. And, so definitely make sure you are there for that. You definitely don't want to miss that. Miss your opportunity to win $500.
Man, that's a lot of money, man.
$500.
That is a lot of money.
$500.
That's 500.00. That's a lot of money
for wearing an ugly sweater.
That's a lot of money.
So get out your ugliest sweater. Doesn't have to be the most expensive, because I can, even though I'm not going to be a judge, I can tell you that points will be given for creativity.
Definitely.
Being the most creative is better than wearing the most expensive.
Right. So don't go online and buy like an ugly sweater.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
and dig this now. It's after Christmas.
Yeah.
So the sweater does not have to be Christmas related.
No.
It just needs to be ugly.
Yeah.
Get the FUBU sweater out, bro. Like, go get that fucking 08 sweater and rock that bitch, dog. Rock that shit.
That shit gonna look nasty.
So I got the, you know what I'm saying, now that I got everybody locked in, I got a little flyer going around.
Yeah,
that'll be posted on the sites along with the, you know what I'm saying, I'll probably make that the cover art, and you know what I'm saying, push that around everywhere as well.
We're gonna push that a lot, so y'all have no excuse not to know that this is going down January 4th, 2018, bringing the new year. It's going down.
It's going down. All right, so other than that, man, I'm kind of out of gas.
Oh, one thing though, so we had a potluck at work today, and also we had a ugly sweater, I guess, event just doing work, and I had my ugly sweater. I told you what it was. It was the Mike Tyson. I bought mine because I wasn't, I didn't care. I knew I wasn't gonna win no money prize like we about to have for ours. But I had the Mike Tyson Merry Christmas. So you know what I'm saying. Come to find out, you know what I'm saying, somebody else had the same exact sweater. So I'm putting emphasis on this. Like, you have to come to this event like with a unique sweater. Do not buy one. But yeah, man, I was upset about it because I was like, man, I'm gonna be the only one here, like with this sweater. I had it like laid out the night before, like, hell yeah, I'm about to kill these niggas at work.
Nope, another nigga walked. So that's why, yeah, like, I'm taking my time and I'm thinking like, yo, what are the ugliest things I could think of?
Man, I mean, the lady who won today, man, she definitely had some ugly ass, like, she looked like a disco ball. She had like some flare, like some fuzzy, like gold, like plastic on her, like all around. She had, man, it was just like real fuzzy, like glittery type shit on, man. So I mean, she definitely won that, like, hands down. Wasn't nobody touching her.
The crazy thing is, though, and this is why this party has to be a success, right? Because I already got the next one playing.
Damn.
I already got the next one playing. I'm going to rinse and reuse the same formula, but I'm not going to tell y'all what we're judging next time, but, I'm going to tell you, in a few minutes.
Got you.
But I'm not telling other niggas, you know what I'm saying, what we're judging on, but I already know niggas is going to be like, oh, shit. Oh, shit. So keep up with the podcast, y'all. You know what I'm saying? You're going to see
preach.
information about it, and just holla at one of us. If you need information, tickets is going to go on sale soon, probably within the next week. It's $25. However, you do get a discount if you subscribe to the podcast. I haven't decided what kind of discount.
Okay.
But you know what I'm saying? We'll knock a buck or two off, or maybe a free drink or something. But definitely have to interact with this podcast in order to do so.
Definitely do.
You know, some type of support in some way.
Right.
You know, in order
repost, like, comment.
Something. Yeah, you know. There's ways you can get
all three of those, man.
If you don't like the $25 price, there's going to be several ways that you can get a couple of dollars knocked off of that price, but you're going to have to earn it.
Yeah.
You're going to have to earn it.
Yeah. A simple like ain't going to do it.
Yeah,
for me.
liking it ain't doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we need to know that you fucking rock with us and you trying to get in for less than $25.
Yeah, it is.
So, you know, there it is on the table. Like, you know, I'm going to work with y'all, but y'all got to show the fuck up.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, speak up or pay $25 fucking dollars.
Yeah, it is.
But here's the thing, though. $500.
You know what I can do with $500?
Right. With $500, man, I could, you know, not have this fucking party and just spend it on myself. So, but anyway, man, you know, like I said, I'm well out of steam now. So,
yeah, man, me too.
All right. So, if you like this episode of The Verdict, make sure you like, rate, review, subscribe, share, comment, post on Instagram and SoundCloud and Twitter at The Verdict Podcast. If you're fucking with Splash Jordan, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at House of Splash. Also, check out my website, updated recently with, you know, all current information. thehouseofsplash.com. I showed my blog some love, you know, and, you know, I got a new show that I'm debuting real soon, but I want to discuss, you know, I want to, you know, close one door first. Not close one door, but I want to get the party situation going, and then we'll bring up the, you know, my other show that I got going on. So, other than that, bro, where can they find you?
You guys can find me at I am Wes Taylor on Twitter, Instagram, and on SoundCloud. So check me out. Definitely got some projects as far as the producing is going on, man. Yeah, man, I just made like these 2 fire beats, man, the other day, and definitely they're going to be coming out pretty soon, at least within the next month or two.
All right.
So definitely look out for that, man. So y'all just stay tuned.
All right then, y'all stay fucking sleazy.
All right, one.